I am just gonna show you those. So I'm back out at the field. It's very warm today. It's also a bit breezy, fortunately. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning and it's starting to get quite hot. But I did manage to get a few kind of color studies done that I want to show you. Because I think a lot of times it doesn't have to be somewhere spectacular that we are actually painting. For me, at least, I think it's quite possible to find sometimes beauty in the little things, the ordinary things, the mundane things, you could say. So today I just wanted to, there wasn't much of a view up here, so I decided I wanted to paint these stinging nettles behind me, and the contrast of the shape of the stinging nettles against kind of this the bright warm colors of the grasses. So I am just gonna show you those, and then you can see if it inspires you to pick up some small seemingly mundane topic and see if you can make it a bit extraordinary. So I did these sketches already, and what I tried to pick up was the colors that I kind of that I'm seeing around here in the grass, those warm yellow colors, and then I liked the shape, the kind of dancing shapes of these stinging nettles. They kind of have their own personality. Hopefully you can see it. So this kind of inspired me. I mean, don't overthink this. Just put in the work, and this is a great way to get you practicing and to just get some paint down and practice observing the environment around you, and also to think about what actually inspires you and what does not. This one here was more a study of the blue sky. Let me turn around here. And the blue sky and some of these shapes in front of us. Of course, the clouds moved around a bit, but more or less these are the feelings I get when I'm looking at this landscape. So try and vary the mark making, and do use a lot of layers. I also use some mixed media. I used pencil and of course acrylic paint, a bit of acrylic spray paint, but it's almost gone. It's in the under layers there. A bit of some pastels or crayons, and basically just a lot of layering. So I hope these two sketches were inspiring to you. So now it's your turn to go out and find some little thing or something that inspires you in perhaps in your garden or your local park or in your area. You don't have to go outside like me. You can absolutely pick something from a photo or just an item in your home and try your thing. Going to Australia. This landscape was sold in June, but I couldn't share the packaging and shipping process with you until now because the recipient hadn't had her birthday yet, and we couldn't run the risk of ruining the surprise. The painting was taken off the stretcher bars and rolled up carefully in plastic and bubble wrap and shipped in a sewage pipe. Yes, you heard that correctly, a heavy-duty sewage pipe. A brand new one, obviously. Alright, all packaged up and ready to go. what you want to make sure with this type of thing is that there's nothing that shifts inside. So I filled it up with some bubble wrap, and now this baby is going to Australia. In May this year, my friend and I wanted to turn a corner of his field into a flower haven for insects. We turned the soil over a few times and sowed a mix of different flowers. Some were bought, and the sunflower seeds were actually saved from last year's sunflowers. I'm really pleased with how the flower field turned out. The sunflowers, of course, is my favorite flower, so they're just gorgeous. I've been working on these two paintings on paper today, and I like certain aspects of them, but I still feel that they could be much stronger pieces, and I've been looking at them also. I worked on them this morning, and now this is the afternoon, so I've been looking at them kind of for the whole day, and I haven't really been able to figure out what the problem was. I do like the sky a lot. I like the colors, and some of the things that I feel that are important in my paintings, like a good variety of colors and mark making, and all those things are really in place. But still, I feel that there was something missing, and now I think I figured out what it is. I feel they could be a lot stronger in terms of value contrast. So I'll put a photo here on the screen so you can see it in black and white, and you might be able to see that I could probably push the value contrast a bit more, meaning that I want some darker darks, definitely, because I think that's really what's missing. The topic of value contrast is something that comes up a lot in my work. It's actually one of the 5 most important things that I also talk about in my free guide about 5 great tips to loosen up your painting style. So I sometimes need to be reminded myself of this as well. So I wanted to just compare with a painting. I added a lot more darks down here, but more or less it's the same color palette as this one over here. I just really added some darker darks. I might adjust them a bit more and vary the marks a bit more, but I definitely, looking at these 2 paintings, they have very different feel. There's nothing wrong with the one over here on the left hand side. I feel the message I'm trying to get across is a lot stronger in this piece over here. So that's definitely something, if you feel there is something you are struggling with in your work, check out the value contrast. A lot of times this is definitely something that tricks me up. So And if you want more tips like this one, you can download my free guide called 5 Proven Ways to Loosen Up Your Painting Style. In it, I have many great tips to loosen up your painting style and just get you moving in the direction you want in your acrylic paintings. Being in my greenhouse just brings me so much joy. I just, I don't know, I've always loved the smell in the greenhouse and the fact that you can grow your own food. I just think it's incredible. So this is my favorite time of year in the greenhouse, and I think things are going really well this year. I'm trying out a few new varieties of tomatoes, so I'm very excited to see how they will do as well. And I'm really proud of my basil plants. They are huge, both the regular green basil as well as the purple basil. I have also a Thai basil here, and they all are doing really well. I really need to prune these and make some homemade pesto, that's for sure. And these sketches are okay. There's a sheep just really calling to her lambs, I think. Okay, look at all those smiling happy faces. I absolutely love these sunflowers.